YouTube, long time no see, and welcome to Pajama Wednesday. I'm pleased to announce that I have been in my pajamas all day. So, one of the things, yesterday was also my day off, and I decided to make soap. So I'm going to put together a brief tutorial of how not to make soap in your kitchen. What I did it's called rebatching, or French milling, where I'm taking old soap, used soap, somebody else has already done the whole lye and lard thing together, and I'm just remelting that and making new soap out of it. Poorly in this case. So there's plenty of tutorials on how to make soap on YouTube, and here is now one how not to make soap. So not much is really happening here. A couple of my little soaps are like bubbling up, but I've had it in the microwave for about a minute at this point, so I'm not getting the desired results there. Let's try the stove instead. Okay, so this is making some slight sizzling noises here, but it doesn't look like anything is melting together yet, so I'm just kind of keeping a real close eye on it. I have a feeling that this would very quickly go from not doing anything at all to burning, and I don't want to set the kitchen on fire today. Not on the agenda. I'm pretty sure there's a proper way to do this, and I'm also pretty sure this is not it. This is kind of gross down in the bottom there. Everything is melting a little bit, but then I end up with these like nasty burny things in there like that. That's gross. This is really nasty. That stuff that looks like steam is actually smoke. It's smoking up my entire kitchen. So maybe this is an outdoor project. It seems like people would do this in their kitchens, but boy howdy, does it stink. So evidently, if you're doing soap on the stove, you're supposed to do it in I think they called it a double boiler. What do I look like, Paula Deen? No, I don't even know what that is. So you're not supposed to just put soap in a skillet on the stove, which is what I was trying, and that's where all the smoke was coming from, because it was catching on fire. Now, among the things that I think will help me out with this melting process, I'm going to homogenize the size of my little soap kernels there. So I'm going to attempt grating them with a cheese grater. See how that helps me. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm grinding up my soap here with the grater, and look, it turns into dust, which on all of the various other YouTube videos I've been watching on how to make soap in your kitchen, this is not what they're ending up with. So I've come to the conclusion that the soap is too dry. So I'm adding a little bit of water, then doing the whole microwave trick. Alright, so this is how that turned out. As you can see, a little amateurish. Further research has indicated that you can use a crock pot for this, so I'm melting it all back together to find out how that works. And let's hope it doesn't mess up my crock pot. I think this has gotten to the consistency that I want it. It's a lot like mashed potatoes, which in the videos of people that knew what they were doing, this was the consistency they ended up with when it was workable. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into my mold now. So this is actually not a real mold. This is just a piece of plastic I had in the shed and I'm using for this purpose. But this is the consistency I wound up with, so it is a lot like mashed potatoes. So I'm going to tamp it down and make it look pretty, and then we'll see how it turns out when it hardens. I'm using a piece of wax paper here, which I've stretched over the top of my little arrangement here, and I'm packing it down to give it kind of a smooth top surface there. So here's how they turned out. It's actually really not bad for a first go-round, except for the parts that caught on fire initially. So we won't do that next time. So evidently, the proper way to do this is in the crock pot. That worked the best. High temp, monitor it very closely, don't let it catch on fire. So this batch is not going to be for sale on eBay. However, if I get a little bit better at it, I think I may. And production company news. I am currently working on distribution for the first short film that I shot this summer, so that's pretty exciting. And I'm continuing to edit the first one that we did this October. We shot 2 in October, and I'm editing the first one. I should have that one done by the end of the year, and hopefully very shortly after that, the other one that I did in October will also be completed. So that's pretty exciting. So anyhow, thank you, YouTube, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.